And a peek into the locker room. Players soaking in the last few moments before the game. Some final preparations here. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. What's better than NBA basketball on a Saturday night? We're here to bring you the action. Moments away, it'll be the Houston Rockets going up against the Boston Celtics here in Boston. This is Brian Anderson with Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. And giving us the rundown from the sidelines, reporter Allie LaForce. Now let's take a look at the Rockets' opening lineup. Inside, Smith and Şengün. Shepard is out there with Amin Thompson. And it's Durant in at the 3. And for the Celtics, at the forward spots, the talented pair of Brown and Tatum. Anthony Simons out there with Derek White. And it's Williams in at the center position. We've just started up this season, Grant. What's important for players right now?
You know, I think it's finding a good routine, especially for those on new teams. The earlier you figure out what works for you, the quicker you'll get comfortable.
Now here's Smith. Pass to Shepard. Houston working the ball around. And here's Durant. Clock at 6. Here's Shepard. Fires the 3. Simons with a rebound. Here's White. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in.
Outstanding concentration that time by White on the tape. Played through the contact and scored.
Here's Thompson. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
That's unreal. I mean, Thompson, that boy's going to hit his head on the rim one day.
Oh, what a sensational move captured from the connected cam. Sponsored by AT&T. Now here's Simons. In the game against Philadelphia, very impressive. Here's Brown, and the layup is good.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet it.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Shepard. 23 points his last outing. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
And not only can he burn you from deep, Shepard is also skilled inside. Just great work there.
Here's Brown. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. A streamlined rebuild for the Rockets. In 2021, they trade away James Harden. 4 years later, the #2 seed in the West, Grant.
And they haven't shortchanged their future either. Sure, they've added key veterans, but the bulk of their roster is still very young with room to grow.
First one falls for him.
Look, you've got to give Brown a lot of credit for his growth as a shooter. That wasn't something he did when he first got to the league. He put in a lot of work. He shoots it well from the floor and line.
And both free throws good for Brown. The Rockets have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Durant against Brown. Durant inside. It's rebounded by Jaylen Brown. To the middle. Williams misses. First quarter, just about 2 minutes in. Three-pointer. And that's good. Kevin Durant for 3.
Well, Durant's reputation at the arc is solid, and good reason for that. He's a consistent sniper.
Brown passes to Simons. Drains the triple.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Count it.
Nobody better at getting inside and finding good looks. KD rarely forces anything, and he usually gets the best shot available.
Brown, and off the left side of the rim, it swirls in for him. Brown's got 6.
They've really come out swinging, hitting 4 of their first 5 shots.
And so Ime Udoka decides to call timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. This game coming after a loss versus the Raptors.
On the road, they got owned defensively. They just couldn't match the activity level of their opponent.
And you know what, guys? It just seemed like they never really had the kind of energy necessary. They just weren't comfortable on the defensive end.
pausing the action, here we have the best rebounding team from last year. The Rockets, number 1.
Last year, this was a team that owned the paint. They were so committed to rebounding. And that's a stat you love to lead the league in.
Şengün finds Thompson. Up top, Smith. And here's Shepard for 3. That one no good. The Celtics have gone 4 of 5 so far. Looking sharp. And it's Williams up to try. And Williams punches it home.
That one rocked this arena.
That's the kind of dunk right there that makes you think he's going to rip down the rim.
Now that is some real industrial size strength right there.
Here's Durant following the bucket by Boston. Second shot opportunity, and the layup is up and in. Durant's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
He's 3 of 4 now, looking real confident out the gate.
Grant, is it fair to call Kevin Durant one of the most unique players we've ever seen?
Without a doubt, B.A., most definitely. The blend of size and perimeter skill, unprecedented. KD able to rise up and score over most any defender.
Here's Thompson. Last game for him, he picked up 10. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. We talked about Kevin Durant and just how challenging a matchup he is. He told me, quote, his length is what makes him so difficult. Throwing that quick release on his jumper, all we can ask our guys to do is get a hand up on any shot they can. We'll see how effective their defense is on Durant tonight. Brian?
Thanks for that, Allie. Here's Shepard. Out to Thompson. Launches it, fires it in the triple. Thompson's got his 2nd bucket on the night.
And this is big for Thompson's confidence. He needs to keep hitting from downtown.
Simons outside. Nice ball movement by Boston. And here's Brown for 3. And the Celtics another 3.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now here's Durant. He's got 7. Again, Houston.
He is in a groove. You can tell he's playing with a lot of confidence.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Checked in for Boston. Pritchard comes in for Simons. Capella, he's checked in for the Rockets. Eason comes in for Smith. And so it's Pritchard who brings up the ball for the Boston Celtics. It's a 3-point game. 3-pointer. Sends it home from 3-point land.
That's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
For 3, Durant. Boston pulls it in. They're getting their first look of the season at the Rockets in this one.
You see these teams face off only twice a year. Last year, each one won.
Really easy to tell that this is an important game. I mean, I don't know if the crowd will get a chance to take a breath in this one.
Rockets trail by 9. Here's Shepard. Now Capella. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
When Capella plays with force inside, watch out. I like his intensity.
And here's Pritchard. Boucher outside. Outside Tatum. This one for 3. Capella with a rebound.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Thompson. Ooh, he's looking comfortable now. 3 for 3.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Tatum gets the bucket.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
Well, the defense just hasn't pressed up to deny any of those looks, guys. I mean, they're hanging back and getting picked apart.
Here's Shepard. Pritchard with a steal. Pass to Brown. Back to Tatum. Outside Pritchard. The 3 is up. Shot clock at 6. And a in. Boston with the triple.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
Here's Capella following the three by Boston. Pass to Shepherd. Driving inside. And stolen by Boucher. Tatum passes to Pritchard. Back to Tatum. Launches a three. And that makes it 3 for 4. He's looking good.
And their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, shots falling. Off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Rockets trail by 14. Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. An open look for Durant. Drops it in from 14 feet away. Durant's got 11.
He's done everything he can tonight, trying to keep this team competitive.
Back to Pritchard. Pass to White. Lets it go from deep. Knocks it down from distance. And the Celtics lead by 15.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
It's been all about Jaylen Brown for Boston. He made a big impact, scoring 12 points in the quarter. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for Boston.
Their chemistry. That's what really stood out so far in this one to me. Look at the number of assists they've been able to rack up so far.
And not only that, they're off to a pretty hot start shooting from outside. They seem locked in tonight.
Boston leading by 15. This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. Josh Okogie is out there with Fred VanVleet. Then there's Alperen Sengun. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's Eason in at the small forward position. Now here's VanVleet. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Toronto. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires for 3. Boston pulls it in.
Dismissed the defender right there, but couldn't take advantage.
Outside Pritchard. Pass to Boucher. Let's go with a 3. Offensive rebound to the right side. Here's Gonzalez. Gets the 3 to fall. Gonzalez has got himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. VanVleet scanning the floor. To the paint. Here's Capella. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Gonzalez misses. Rockets trail by 16. Eason pass to Okogie. To the inside. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. You know, the more you watch Sengun, the more you wonder if he's just a guard in the body of a big man, Clark.
Well, that's a pretty astute observation, B.A., because his passing is elite. I mean, his vision, he sees a half a play to a play ahead. I mean, you can actually run offense through Sengun.
That free throw good from Sengun. And you watch Alperen Sengun. He's a beast on the blocks, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., he throws his weight around, but what separates him is his skill. Against the best post defenders in the league, he comes up with creative ways to score.
That one's no good. In this league, you've got to have moves and counter moves. Grant, your toolkit was pretty complete coming in.
Well, you know, I tried to keep adding to it. It's like baseball. If they're struggling to hit your heater, that changeup will work even better.
So it's Boston now. Following the score by Houston, Hauser nails it from beyond the arc. Hauser's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Here's Okogie. He's scoreless. There's the triple. Capella tips it back in.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Simon's shot is good.
This close in, Simons is consistent. The defense really can't allow him to find that look.
And so Ime Udoka decides to call timeout. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Jaylen Brown, he's checked in for Boston. And then for Houston, Steven Adams comes in for Capella. And it's Durant in for Okogie. And here's Durant. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. They trail by 16. Looking ahead, they've got the Mavericks coming to town for their next one. And that's a one-game homestand for the club.
A 3-level score. Durant is a pick-your-poison matchup for defenders.
And Boston has possession. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, Kevin Durant talked about the key to his longevity. And he said just being enthusiastic about the game every day and wanting to get better, that forces you to get in the gym. What you do the most is what you're going to be best at. And if you don't use it, you'll lose it. That's how I look at it. Back to you guys.
The love for the game. Allie, appreciate the report. Here's Durant. The Celtics making their last shot. Pass to Van Vliet. Back to Durant. Durant owning the inside.
Yeah, and one of the most skilled players we've ever seen. Durant just continues to dominate offensively.
Celtics lead by 14. Outside, Brown. Eason with some nice D.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
On target from range.
He's bringing a lot of energy to this offense, not letting the scoreboard discourage him right now.
Well, I tell you what, the hole would be a lot deeper if he wasn't being as efficient as he's been so far.
A look now at the leaderboard to see which teams have the toughest defenses this past season. The Celtics in second.
They made life hard on opponents. One of the best defenses in the NBA last year.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good. Brown.
What makes Brown special is his blend of smarts and effort level. Not just an intelligent player, he also gives you a phenomenal amount of energy out there.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Thompson, he's checked in for Adams. And it's Shepard in for Van Vliet. Rockets trail by 12. Pass to Shepard. That's good. And so Durant with the assist.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
The Celtics have gotten 4 of 8 shots to drop in the second. Here's Minot. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Pritchard, the pass to Simons. Now here's Pritchard. Jacks up a 3. Hits the trifecta. And the Celtics lead by 13.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
And Durant gets it to go.
You can tell he's feeling it. Hasn't missed a single shot all quarter.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls the timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. And some changes here for the Celtics. Kata comes in for Williams. And it's Jason Tatum in for Minot. And a change for the Rockets. Smith's checked in. Celtics lead by 11. Outside Pritchard. Nice ball movement by Boston. And here's Brown for 3. Knocks down the triple. Brown's got 6 here in the quarter.
You know, early on, Brown struggled with his confidence taking threes. Now he's a knockdown threat.
And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. Houston shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
And, you know, there was plenty of blame to go around for that. I mean, it wasn't just 1 or 2 guys. I mean, for the most part, the entire team struggled.
Steven Adams checked in for Alperen Şengün. And that one misses.
And what I like about Thompson, along with the high-level athleticism, he has a high-level feel for the game.
And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play. That sends Jason Tatum to the free throw line. It's going to be on Jabari Smith.
Second team foul at the line, please.
And that one falls for Tatum.
A young man who has an appetite for greatness, always pushing himself, is Jason Tatum.
That one drops for him. Smith's gotten his first bucket of the night.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Simons outside. The kick to Tatum. Out of bounds. It'll be Rockets ball.
And their defensive efforts put them at number 2 in lowest opponent scoring. They were just so committed to ensuring their opponents never got hot with their shooting and were forced into taking bad shots.
They took care of the ball, stayed in control. It was very hard to turn them over. Rockets trail by 13. Pass to Smith. Now Durant. The basket's good. Off the assist from Thompson. Durant's got 22.
The offense is flowing through him right now. He just keeps coming.
Here's Brown. Misses off the right iron. Houston has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Pass to Shepard. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
Man, left no doubt with that one, Grant.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
Here's Brown. The 3 ball. Oh, Jaylen Brown from extended range.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
And that one is hammered home.
Playing from behind, it's amazing he chose to dunk with that high a difficulty rating.
Yeah, no question. That was a stellar move with plenty of swagger.
I don't care what the score is there, fellas. That's the play we'll remember from this game, clearly.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Now here's Durant. 22 points for him. Gets the 3 ball to go.
It's obvious he's taking it upon himself to try and keep them alive.
It's Brown on the wing. Nice D from Durant.
Got the ball where he wanted it, but then got swarmed.
Back to Smith. Takes a 3. The shot off that time.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Here's Brown. Look at Brown. Getting it done inside.
It's been a dominant night for him, staying productive throughout.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. The 3, Durant hits the three-pointer. Durant's got 28.
Well, they're still losing, but it's not because of him. He's been lights out this quarter.
Here's Simons. Ooh, Thompson with the block.
Decent reach and solid instincts, allowing Thompson to get a hand on him.
And the whistle blows on a backcourt violation. Went over and back. And now it's time to take another view of that huge swat.
An emphatic rejection that was. Boy, you got to appreciate that kind of forceful, in-your-face defense.
There's 10 seconds left in the first half of this one. The 3, Durant. Yes, sir! KD for 3.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
And so it's the Boston Celtics with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. Just pounding the painted area. That's helped them build an advantage. Back to the game after this break.
Welcome to halftime, everybody. It's been a bit of a challenge so far for the Houston Rockets.
How have they kept it this close? Their D has been invisible. Come on, fellas, get after it.
Yeah, just a few more stops and this score would be totally different. And moving on, guys, it's early in the season, but always a good time to check out the power rankings.
Well, I think for Houston, they've stumbled a bit, no doubt about it. But no need to panic yet. They're figuring out what's working and building from there.
Disappointing stretch for them, but still plenty of time to right the ship. Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. You know, Kevin Durant has really been making it happen here, guys.
Through the first two quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. White and Brown are the wingmen. Williams is out there with Jason Tatum, and it's Simons in at point. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Now here's Thompson. Shot from the low block. Again, Houston. And it's Simons with the ball for Boston. They led by as many as 18. They'll face the Jazz after this game. That'll be at home. It'll be the second of 3 straight games on their home floor.
With the ball on a string, Simons has great short area quickness.
Rockets trail by 6. Pass to Shepard. Durant for 3. Drills it from deep. Durant's got 34 points.
He's doing everything he can, though he might have to do even more.
And here's White. The 3. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. Brown's got his 4th assist with that last one. And if you're just joining us, we've played just over a minute here in the third. Here's Thompson. Another basket. He's now 6 for 7 in the contest.
Excellent execution coming out of the break. They've taken 3 shots and made 3 shots.
Outside White. 3-pointer. And again, Boston with the triple.
Nice little bounce in their step since the break. 3 for 4 to start the half.
Rockets trail by 7. Up top, Durant. He's got 34. The shot no good.
Well, he's a really good shooter. Got a good look from medium range, and I think they'll go back to that.
That one falls.
On fire to start the second half. 4-5 from the field.
Into the third. 2 minutes in now. And so Ime Udoka decides to call timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Wow, it's been quite a game for Jaylen Brown.
With the perimeter D struggling to stay connected to him, they're getting bombarded.
Last year, here were the players that led the way in terms of overall scoring. fifth, Jason Tatum.
This is a guy who never took a night off. You look at his numbers and you know that he put in a tremendous effort every single game.
Durant surveying the D. Good, and the assist goes to Şengün. Durant's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Improving his assist numbers with that vision. Şengün coming into his own.
Celtics lead by 7. Here's Tatum. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's going to be on Jabari Smith. And these will be his second and third shots at the line here.
And guys, the numbers don't lie. I mean, he was such a reliable presence at the free throw line all throughout last season.
And the first one at the line is good.
And Tatum is really a prototypical player for today's NBA. He's a do-it-all wing with great size, an effective jump shot. Plus, he's got that hunger you want in a star player.
And so Tatum nails both of them. Rockets trail by 9. Outside Durant. Ooh, Williams with the block. And they'll get another chance. And here's Shepherd for 3. Drops in the 3. Shepherd's got 11.
Well, Shepherd can really spin it from distance, and he doesn't need a lot of room to launch it.
For Boston, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to go since the break. Here's Brown. And the jam by Brown.
Brown with that amazing athleticism, putting on a show out there with jams like that.
Well, that's a fantastic view there from the AT&T Connected Cam. Houston has gone 2 for 2 from deep here in the third. And here's Shepherd for 3. No good on that one. He's 5 for 8.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thanks a lot, BA. The Rockets have brought in the right veterans. Coach Ime Udoka said, quote, their approach rubbed off on our entire team. We can only teach so much, but you have to have guys that have carved out their niche in the league with that edge and that defensive mentality. It was invaluable for our team. Back over to you, Brian.
They've got that grit. Thank you, Allie. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
And man, does Thompson glide down the court with ease. Outstanding at finishing in transition.
And Brown has got the ball here for the Boston Celtics. They led by as many as 18. There's the 3. And Tatum, the bucket on the assist by Simons. Tatum's got 25 points.
He's lifting up this team with his offensive output. What a big-time quarter for him.
Here's Durant. Jaylen Brown with a rebound. Boston leading by 9. Inside. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup. Williams has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Derek White doing a nice job orchestrating the offense in the right direction there.
The Rockets have gotten 7 of 12 shots to drop in the third. Durant for 3. Oh, how about the long-range shooting of Durant?
Putting on a shooting clinic from deep. He had that huge first half, and he's still rolling.
Tatum way outside. The offensive rebound. Williams from down in the low post. It goes. Williams has got 8.
And there he is. I mean, attacking the boards, converting off the misses. I mean, trying to do everything he can to secure this W.
Well, he enjoys deflating the opposition with those extra possessions.
Here's Shepherd. He's got 11. Clock at 6. Picked by Smith. And Houston, another 3.
The defense really fell apart there. You can't afford to leave them all alone at the arc.
Pass to Williams. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got 4 rebounds in the game. Driving to the basket. What a throwdown from KD.
Durant always ready to throw it down. You can't let him get close to the rack.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls the timeout. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. Richards checked in for Simon. And Houston will go for a different look here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Alperen Şengün. Eason comes in for Smith. Okogi's checked in for Shepard, and Van Vliet is subbed in for Amen Thompson. Back to White. Fires the three. Kevin Durant with a rebound. Durant's got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Okogie. And stolen by Brown. And Boston pushing it up now. White. Good. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Boston.
I like the fact that they've been very aggressive at the defensive end. Tenacious. They're jumping passing lanes and coming away with a lot of steals.
And we also got to talk about the number of points they've scored in transition. Just jumping all over the opposition in this regard.
I don't think he could have been any more impressive than he was tonight. Brown is setting this place on fire.
Here's Durant, and he's got 41 now. Pass to Eason from behind the arc. He buries it from 3. Eason's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. And we've got 1:18 left in the third. Outside White. Brown passes to White. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a 3-point play here.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Finney Smith checked in for the Rockets.
It didn't take long for White to distinguish himself in the league. He's a really good ball handler and has some good moves, too.
Here's Van Vliet. Boston pulls it in. 56 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's White. Oh, through contact. White gets the finish.
Leading the charge. What a huge quarter for him.
50 seconds left in the third. Van Vliet against Pritchard. Now here's Van Vliet. Tight defense on him. And the call will be against Peyton Pritchard. That's his first foul of the game. Green's checked in for Finney Smith.
Substitution, number 32.
And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Rebound Boston. Williams has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Pass to Brown. Oh, it's stolen by Eason. There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Now here's Van Vliet. This one for 3. Rebound Boston. Tatum's got 5 rebounds in the game. Outside, Brown. And so it's Boston closing out the quarter ahead by 11 points. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. They've wasted very few possessions. We'll be right back after this word. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. Alperon Şengün out there with Clint Capella. Then it's Tari Eason. Then it's Fred Van Vliet. And it's Okogie in at the 2 spot. Here's Simons. And it's flushed down on Hydrogen.
Showing the bounce. Simon says dunk.
Now here's Van Vliet. Pass to Şengün. And stolen by Boucher. Brown inside. He's against Eason. Tatum. Pass to Simons. Okogie pulls down the board.
Can't blame him. Just trying to take what the defense allows.
Here's Şengün. Here's Okogie. Simons with a steal. In transition. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play.
Defensive foul. Point Capella. First personal foul. First team foul. At the line, Peyton Pritchard.
That's good from Pritchard.
And man, looking good from the line so far this half.
100% since halftime. Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
Now here's Easton. Here's Şengün. Banked it in off the glass.
Excellent in the screen and roll. Şengün with a wide base and natural strength, and he makes excellent decisions with the ball.
Pritchard from outside. Solid defense from Van Vliet.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Well, hard to find a more respected vet in this league than point guard Fred VanVleet. The heady vet will now also guide the Players Union in his new role of president, replacing C.J. McCollum. As a guy who went from being undrafted to an all-star to signing a max contract, he can certainly relate to most every player in the league.
He's come a long way. Okay, Shams, thanks for that report. Making a switch here. Durant's checked in. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened to Ime Udoka's huddle. Coach wanted his guys to ignore the scoreboard. He said, don't even look at the numbers. Just take it possession by possession. Make every chance count, and we'll see where we stand at the end of this game. Back to you guys.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. First free throw is good. You know, Fred VanVleet is one of the most decorated, undrafted players in NBA history, Clark.
Yeah, he really has set himself apart in that regard. One of just 5 undrafted players to ever be named an All-Star. And he's a champion to boot. He was the first undrafted player to receive a max contract. Fred VanVleet bet on himself and won big. Got to love VanVleet's fearlessness, and I think that's why his teammates look up to him as a leader.
From the right block, the bank shot, no good.
That one hurts. Point blank range, you've got to capitalize.
Oh, wow! Oh,
watch out!
Big finish.
We've come to expect plays like that from Brown. He won't waste any opportunity to throw it down.
Rockets trail by 14. Here's Durant, and it's slammed in by Durant.
And the slam was so good, but the dribble move he made to get there was a thing of beauty.
Absolutely. What a slick play.
Heads up basketball, plain and simple, guys.
Now here's Boucher, and here's Simons outside. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got 6 rebounds in the game.
He made a 3 back in the first half, but that's it. We'll see if he can find his stroke.
Sinks the tray.
Even if this game doesn't go their way, he has to be proud of his performance tonight.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. group substitution here for Boston. Williams is checked in for Queta. Jason Tatum comes in for Boucher. Hauser, he's checked in for Jaylen Brown. And Derek White subbed in for Pritchard. And a change for the Rockets. Thompson, he's checked in for Capella. Celtics lead by 9. There's Simons with a 3. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum. Tatum's got his 4th assist in this one. And so it's Durant who brings up the ball for Houston. VanVleet on the wing. Back to Durant. Off target from three-point range.
You wonder where was the defense that time, but they got lucky.
Şengün against Tatum. Shot from 12. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Down low. Shot from the low post is good.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
For Boston, they've gotten 4 of 9 shots to go in during this 4th quarter. Here's Hauser. And again, Boston with the triple.
Woo! That man is laser focused. Now, that's bad defense for a team that has a long way to go to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first.
Celtics lead by 13. Here's Tatum, and there's the drive, and he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It's going to be on Tari Eason.
Hey, you got to know the scouting report. Tatum is always looking to attack. I mean, he's great at drawing contact on his way to the rim.
And he makes a first. So for the Rockets, Smith, he's checked in for Eason, and it's Shepard in for VanVleet. And that's good as he hits both shots. Rockets trail by 15. And there's the foul. It's on Anthony Simons. That's his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Durant for 3. Gets the 3 to fall. Durant's got 49 in the game.
Wow. What can you say?
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
You know, I think that's exactly the right attitude for White to have. Go at the defender head on and don't back away from the contact.
And he knocks down the first one. It's both from the stripe. Rockets trail by 14. Inside. Here's Shepard. Good work defensively by White. Here's Tatum. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Tatum's got 14 points here in the second half. And here are the Rockets now. Durant, pass to Smith. Here's Shepard. Houston working the ball around. The 3 from Thompson. And Houston, another 3.
He's taking what he can get here. Has a 3 in each half.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. Celtics lead by 13. Tatum. Rebounded by Smith. Houston has gone 3 of 6 from downtown so far in the fourth. Takes a three. Cleared away by Simons.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Ooh, rocket finish from Tatum.
Deep into the game, you rely on players like him to keep delivering.
Rockets trail by 15. Now Şengün. Yes, sir! Count it!
And that's where Şengün does the majority of his scoring. I mean, he's a problem down low.
Brown. Bucket is good!
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
And here's Thompson. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. Now Durant. Hits yet again. Wow! And that gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
Celtics lead by 13. Outside Tatum. Now pass to Williams. It's good!
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Celtics.
And it seemed like steals ended up making the difference in this game.
No question. Their ability to force mistakes and turn them into points gave them an upper hand tonight.
And this will give them their 7th win of the year.
And against a non-conference opponent, you really want to win the first one. They'll go into the next one knowing how to beat this team for sure.
And that next meeting will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conference. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. I think the next game will be hotly contested.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Jason Tatum.
Yeah, and he was relentless, nonstop energy. I mean, he just never slowed down or turned off.
So it's Boston now, following the score by Houston. Buries it from outside!
Their home crowd has energized them all game. Now they're closing it out.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
Now here's Şengün. Jabari Smith. And yes, sir! Matching three-pointers. Wow! Boy, this offense has been dynamic and diversified.
Just everyone sharing the ball and sharing the load makes you difficult to defend. And guys, that's got to be the dagger. This is how you finish a game.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
Durant fires! Misses the three! Brown. And the layup is good off the glass.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
So we see the Celtics taking the W here. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their masterful performance.
And I'm sure their fans appreciated it too. We saw the outstanding defense and a loaded offensive effort. And they were just dominant out there.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce, who is now with our player of the game.
Thanks, Jason. This team is on a roll. Plenty of energy on the sidelines. How much fun are you having out there?
Winning is fun. Hopefully we can keep it up, especially at home. We don't want to let our fans down. We got the best fans in the league. And they give us all the energy in the world. So we appreciate that.
Doing it for the fans. Thanks, Jason.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Clark Kellogg, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And now, time for our player of the game, Jason Tatum.